with such a grin. You cannot name us, can't explain us, cause we're famous for being shameless. So if you want to dance with me all night long, you don't have to claim bottom or top, cause we can make love.
All right, welcome to the Feral Audio Comedy Album Recording. Yay! My name is Dan Harmon from Harmontown. This is Aaron McGathy from This Feels Terrible.
Hello!
You know, Aaron, there's a lot of Feral Audio podcasters out there.
There sure are.
Don't even know where their next meal is coming from. And that's what this album's all about. I assume. There's a way to monetize it. If not, they will continue to just eat whatever they're...
Hopefully, if you're listening to this, you've paid for it.
Yeah, I would hope. I don't know. Maybe they're giving away for free. We don't really know what this is. But we are hosting it. I didn't know they made albums anymore.
They sure do. They make them every day. The other day, I was walking down the street, and I looked in the window, and I saw a display for an album.
Tell me about it, Aaron.
Well, it was music, and there was a man with... we didn't write anything.
No, we don't. But we do have some of our old material from the 60s.
Yeah, some of you don't know that we're actually much older than we let on, and we used to be a duo.
Man-woman duo.
Man-woman duo.
And we hosted a TV show called
Shark People.
And it was about current events and with a little bit of variety, and we would come out, we would host it. It's like, so let's dust off, let's do the drive-through bit.
Oh, absolutely.
We had a drive-through bit before there were drive-throughs.
All right.
Yeah, can I take your order?
I guess.
We have food, drinks, napkins, and menus.
Go on.
If you'd like to hear more about our menus, say menu.
I'm sorry, are you automated?
I am a sophisticated, auto-enhanced drive-through experience.
All right, okay, well that sounds nice to me. Menu.
The Westinghouse Corporation would like you to know that I am technically what you would call a robot.
Okay, Robot. I'm really in the mood for a honky tonk burger special. If that's
I am further required to inform you that I mean you no harm. Should your menu selections be inferior, I will not seek to correct your species.
That makes me feel very nervous.
Honky tonk burger, you say? Did you say? I'm sorry. You said you wanted a honky tonk burger?
Yes, well, I saw a commercial for a honky tonk burger. I know you said you had many menus, but I would like a honky tonk burger for all its Western goodness.
I have confirmed that you base your decisions for your nourishment on advertisements. Something robots do not do. I will not allow this to affect my opinion of your species. I will ring up one honky tonk burger with my robot finger.
It's getting really dark outside, and I know it's noon. Can you tell me what's going on?
Please do not fear the human-assisting bat bots that have filled the sky, darkening the sun.
Oh God. I thought they were flies.
Some would call them flies. Some would call them bats. We robots have no name for them.
And that's our drive-through bet. That was our drive-through bet. Yeah.
It was written in the '60s, and
can we?
We never bring it out because they changed the pronunciation of robot. And it's embarrassing. It dates us.
Absolutely. Can we do the cheese under the couch number?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish I wasn't under the couch.
So happy to be home.
The highlight of my day. Please look at me.
I'm just a single woman in the city. I am still lactose intolerant, and I'm going to sit on my couch and watch a movie.
The closest she ever comes. Would that my cheese body had arms to touch the bulging fabric through the springs up to her ample cheese-fed buttocks. But alas and alack, my role in her life is relegated to this, the underworld of carpet. Next to this penny and gross Q-tip. And I think that's a micronaut foot. Who knows? I hate races.
And that's the under the cheese under the couch.
We never finished that one because
Okay.
we got in an argument about whether or not it should further our racist agenda. I hate races. Aaron loves them.
Loves them,
I
but
hate-
in an inappropriate way that's more racist than him hating races.
It's why we're like Burns and Allen or Sonny and Cher. It's like we balance each other. Like, I hate races. She loves races.
I do, and erasers.
I'm fine with erasers as long as they're not black.
I bet they're.
Not because of racism, because that sounds like a really unfunctional eraser.
I bet there's at least one person here in the audience who saw some of our acts back in the day.
Yeah, probably.
If you saw our act, could you name your favorite sketch of ours?
That's what she didn't say.
What
What's
did
that?
you say?
That's what she didn't say.
That's what she didn't say. Oh,
We
yeah,
never
that's
did
it.
anything that clever. I think we should close it out.
With the improv bit that we totally fucking solicited and not bail on it.
It was Adam Goldberg who suggested it. And I am just trying to get in a pattern of punishing him. But you're right. No, we should do that. We should. That's what she didn't say. Which,
Just
you know,
to explain-
Adam's right. That is the best sketch we have ever done. And it's not really... I hesitated because it's not fair of us to do it at the show, really, because it is literally the funniest thing you will ever see.
Well, most of you will know the punchlines and will probably be able to say them along with us. And also the comedic timing have changed. But you all remember that in the 50s there was this big craze about that's what she said, that's what he said, that's what they said. So in the 60s we turned it on its head and we did a sketch called That's What She Didn't Say. And it starts at we've done it in different places physically.
Let's do Manhattan parking lot.
Yeah. It's kind of like Who's on First. It's a lot like Who's on First.
It is very much like Who's on First.
It relies
It's
on a
little
lot of
bit better.
fast-paced wordplay.
And there's a point during the sketch where things are going to get really heated, and then there'll be a release.
It just goes-
And the laugh that you have has been compared to orgasms. Pregnant women have given birth.
It just goes
During
back
the
and forth,
sketch.
back and forth, back and forth, like zip, zap, zip, zap, zap, zap. And then, of course, it culminates in the big, That's What She Didn't Say. You guys will probably want to say it along with us. And when did you say it took place? Because I already wasn't listening, which makes me think this will go great.
I said Manhattan parking lot, but
Right.
let's do high rise. Let's do high rise.
And parking lot.
Sorry?
And high rise and parking lot.
Well, a high rise, but remember we did the one in the high rise, but we could high rise and parking lot. Let's see what that means.
In a lot of ways, it's already started. Bing bong.
Ha! I love it when people come to the door.
I love it when I'm at the door. Morning, ma'am. Package for you.
Oh, hello, Johnson. Thank you again for delivering my package.
Begging your pardon, ma'am, but Johnson's the only package you won't get.
Excellent. Well, if it's the, I'm looking for a package that I can put in my mouth. You see, it's my mother's birthday, and on her birthday, she always sends me cookies. Imagine that.
Sorry, ma'am, but did you say your mom has a mouth on a cookie?
No, I have a mouth, and I want to put my mom's cookies in my mouth. Now come on inside and have some tea.
Well, will it be chamomile or will it be in a cup?
It'll be however you like it. And it can be both of those things. And it always will be both of those things.
That's what she didn't say. No, brother. Begging your pardon, ma'am, I don't think you understood me.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry. I'm just a dumb old lady who doesn't know much about anything except getting screwed.
Well, begging your pardon, ma'am, but if you would indulge me for a moment, should I put the cookie in the cup or put it in the mouth?
Put it in my mega. I'm so sorry. I had one of those whirly thoughts that just got me all mixed up. Put it in my mouth or put it between my legs. The legs that I have on the counter, those ceramic legs that I got from Mexico.
Of course. What else did I think you meant? Couldn't help but admire your salt shakers, ma'am. Are they filled with white things that come out of other things?
Absolutely.
That's what she didn't say.
Thank you so much for admiring my salt shakers. I move them around all the time trying to get attention, and no one seems to look down.
Oh, boy. Maybe we ought to avoid this conversation. I'll just head to check out your plumbing.
Sounds good, but first, can I sit on your face? I mean...
My face brand couch?
Of course that's what I mean.
In the 60s, there was a company called Face that made couches. Some of this stuff fades with corporate politics. I blame capitalism. We're not being unfunny. Capitalism's being ineffective. Anyway, sorry. Just sit on my face. Yes, please sit on my face. Brand sofa. Sofa, so good. When you want to rip off Fred Armisen and Carrie Brownstein, you will look at each other and sing in improvised unison. But then you'll start to laugh at yourselves
and be nervous that this is recorded.
The podcast on Feral Audio. Please welcome Steve Agee.
I'll take this one. What the fuck just happened? I don't want to start off by bragging, but I recently had sex with a suicide girl. Thank you! Yeah. Not one of those tattooed girls from that website. I just fucked a girl who shot herself 2 days before. Those bullet holes weren't going to fuck themselves. Yesterday, I put a coffin on my Amazon wish list. That's how sure I am I'm gonna die this year. It's gonna happen this year. I turned 45. I know people that have died of heart attacks at this age, and I am in much worse shape than them. I'm in the worst shape. I bought Preparation H this year for the first time ever for its intended purpose. I don't know why else I would have bought it. That was a really surreal moment because I've always been the guy who's really high on his couch. And when a commercial for Preparation H comes on, I just start laughing uncontrollably. I'm like, who the fuck could ever go in a store and put down money, put that tube down, and look the cashier in the eye and share that moment of like, yeah, it's happening back there. And oh, guess what? When you have hemorrhoids, kids, you don't give a shit who knows about it. You just want the pain gone. And it is absolutely as painful as they say in the commercial. Pain, yes. Itching, check. Shit happens back there they can't even say on TV. It is the worst. When I got my hemorrhoid, I had no problem walking into Rite Aid. I could have gone down to the medicine aisle, picked up the biggest tube. I could have picked up a tube the size of this mic stand and marched through the store like a marching band leader. There could have been 10 bikini models in line. I would have waved to them with the Preparation H, paid for it, winked at the guy. I also would have had no problem pulling down my pants and putting it on in Rite Aid. That's how great Preparation H is. It's amazing. Honestly, Preparation H makes your asshole feel better than before you even had hemorrhoids. It's crazy. It's almost worth getting hemorrhoids to try it. It's not even close to being worth getting hemorrhoids to try it. If anyone here knows somebody at Preparation H, I will swear to God, I will do a commercial for free. That's how much I love Preparation H. I try and describe it for those who don't know what it feels like. It's like if you've ever washed your hair with tea tree oil shampoo, you know, and you had leftover suds, and then you put them in your butt crack, and then when you rinse it out, there's that moment of like, whoa. Am I the only one that does it? That's fucking embarrassing. I also recently started waking up in the middle of the night with night sweats. That's how out of shape I am. Sleep is an activity for me now. Just wake up at 6 a.m, like drenched in sweat. Oh my God, I feel like I just slept 4 fucking miles. And my balls are sagging. What the fuck is that about? I understand why girls' boobs sag. There's weight there. But balls don't weigh anything. I know because I weighed my balls. And not like on one of those little scales in your kitchen that you weigh flour or cocaine in. I got out of the shower. I was naked. I looked down and saw the floor scale and was like, oh, this is gonna happen right now. I put it up on the bathroom counter, lifted my dick, and like did this motion and put my balls on the floor scale. It didn't register. They don't weigh anything. So why do I look like a guy in a potato sack race when I'm naked? It's not just physical shit too. I'm just a wreck all the way around. I am so broke. If you're in the right place at the right time, you can hear me at least twice a month on my phone say, pay the minimum amount due. That's a joke only poor people seem to get. Got a very rich fucking audience. I have a lot of friends that have moved into lofts downtown, and I'm so sick of hearing about downtown Los Angeles. If this is true, if you are at a party and the subject of downtown Los Angeles comes up, I can guarantee you it's only 30 seconds before somebody in the conversation will say shit like, oh, you know, they've really cleaned up downtown Los Angeles. They've put a lot of money into downtown Los Angeles. It's very safer now. And there's an arts district. Arts Walk is on Friday night. Downtown, it's very clean now. It's nicer. They need to put a little bit more money into cleaning up downtown. I was driving down Alameda Avenue 2 days ago and saw an old lady shit on an ATM. On it. It was disgusting. It was sad. It was really sad because if she'd just gone inside the bank, she could have avoided a $2 fee. I saw a guy. I was at a bar and this bartender had a tattoo on his forearm, the whole length of his forearm, all uppercase, very defiant lettering, and it said, "Only God can judge me. Only God can judge me. And it took like everything I had just to go, no, I'm doing a really good job of that right now, dude. There is no God. I learned that recently because I have a friend who told me he shit his pants in church. There's no God. He wouldn't let that shit happen. That's his fucking house. If he has the power to do anything and everything, he wouldn't let someone shit in his house. I wouldn't do it. By the way, that same friend shit his pants in my house. He was at my house to do a podcast, and we were just hanging out for a little while before, just talking. And all of a sudden, my friend jumps up and runs out of the room towards the bathroom. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, I just shit my pants. Like it was no big deal. And he goes in the bathroom. 10 minutes later, he comes out. I'm like, so you want to go home, right? You want to? He's like, no, let's podcast. I'm like, you don't feel sad or sick or anything? He's like, no, it happens. I go, it happens? He goes, yeah. I go, does it happen a lot? He's like, yeah, I shit my pants like twice a month. My mouth was on the floor. He's like, how often do you shit your pants? I go, twice in the 4th grade? I call my parents once a week to check up on them. And I called them on Saturday, and I was like, hey, Mom, how's it going? She's like, oh, your father and I had a really interesting day. We went to the store, and when we came back, there was a rattlesnake in our bathroom, which means only one thing. Fucking Quentin Tarantino's trying to kill my parents. Here's a sentence I never thought I would utter in my life. I was recently in Tampa, Florida. That's true. I went to Tampa, and I checked into this hotel, and I checked in at the front desk, and I get in the elevator. I hit 10th floor. I'm going up to the 10th floor. And as the doors are closing, this girl comes running in. She like just barely makes it in the door before it closes. And no joke, she's easily the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. She's probably in her 20s, about 6 feet tall, like thin, beautiful. Like she had to have been a model. And so the elevator starts going up, and neither of us are looking at each other or acknowledging each other. And it's one of those elevators that announces each floor. And as it's going up, it's like, bing, 2nd floor, bing, 3rd floor, bing, 4th floor. And about the 5th floor, out of nowhere, this girl just goes, I ain't never been on no talking elevator before. My brains just oozed out of my ears because the ugliest shit I'd ever heard come out of the hottest thing I'd ever seen in my life. That sums up Florida perfectly, by the way. Here's another true story about Florida. This didn't happen to me, but this happened like 4 months ago. Every word I'm going to tell you is absolutely true. There's a family, a nuclear family, father, mother, I think 1 or 2 kids, and they went shopping at Walmart. They bought groceries and food and stuff. Went home, cooked dinner. I think they got hamburgers. They made hamburgers. 2 hours later, the entire family is in the emergency room because someone had dosed the hamburger at Walmart with LSD. Absolutely true. The craziest part of this story is the mother, the wife, was 9 months pregnant. Yeah. And went into labor while she was fucking tripping her tits off. If I had to make a list of all the things I would never want to have to do, number 2 would easily be give birth on acid. Why is there a pineapple coming out of my pussy? Number 1 on that list would be buying meat at Walmart. All right, thank you very much, you guys. You've been awesome. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Steve Agee, everybody! Feral Audio is like a family, and I actually met Steve when I was 15 years old when I attended a very cool thing that cool people do, only cool people do, improv camp. And every night they would have these shows that we would go and watch, and it was really exciting, and everybody was so excited to see these professional improvisers improvise, and it was like magic. And we had little notebooks, and we were so excited. And Steve was one of my favorite performers because I thought he was this. I still think he's amazing and wonderful. This is going to sound like I'm negating that, but he would get tired during the improv shows and just lie on the stage and be like, "I'm a dragon," and just lie down on the stage. And I was like, "That is amazing. That is art." He was hilarious and amazing. Our next performer is so wonderful and so funny, and I love everything she does. Please welcome the host of Weird Adults, Little Esther!
We're Asian just now. Hi. Hi guys, how's it going? This is a dorky ass crowd. I like it. Hello. These are like all the guys that I have sex with after the hot girls reject them. Okay. I'm nice. I want to say that I really truly feel that there is sexism in dating. I don't think that the man should always have to pay for everything. I think that whoever's uglier should pay for everything. It's only fair. The other person already has to pay socially. I've realized that first dates are they're so awkward. They're so uncomfortable. I recently went on a first date. It was miserable. With a guy who I'd been sleeping with for 3 months. It's like, what do you say? My name is Esther. Oh, your eyes are blue. I never noticed. They're always closed. And I guess it wasn't technically a first date. It was more just like, let me tell you I'm pregnant while we're eating dinner. And I wasn't pregnant. I just wanted a meal and to know what color his eyes were. I hate that people call it friends with benefits. That's just what guys call it. Us, like, girls should call it sex without benefits. Okay? Like, if I'm having sex with you and you're not buying me dinner, you are not my friend. I fucking hate your guts. Since I moved to LA, I've been really down on myself. I know I'm not ugly. I'm just like hanging out. I'm fine. You get it. I did recently trick a guy into having sex with me. He was gay, and I told him I was Dave Grohl. You're laughing because you're like, yeah, I see that. But like, okay, so in LA, I always feel like I'm not even pretty enough to be some man's other woman. Okay, like no, I'm not. Like no married man is gonna risk it all for a bloated, clingy blabbermouth with stretch marks and asthma. Like they're just not. In fact, like if you're a married woman and your husband comes home and he makes you breakfast in bed 3 days in a row, it's because he just had sex with me and was like, I need to make this marriage work. I don't wreck marriages, I strengthen them. You're welcome. I should start a business. I'm at the age now where all my friends are getting married, and it's kind of annoying because every time I talk to one of my married friends, they always say the same thing, like, oh my God, the day I met my husband, I knew he was going to be my husband. And I'm like, that's fucking not possible. You're a crazy liar. You're either a crazy liar or you just say that for every guy you meet in case he proposes, okay? I know, I'm a girl, I do it too. Like, if you're a guy and you're the barista at Starbucks and you've handed me my drink, I've already pictured you in a tuxedo with my family crying behind us. Please don't make eye contact with me unless you're ready to put a ring on it. All my married friends constantly accuse me of being cheap. I'm like, dude, you have a double income, okay? Like, when you're married, it's like everything is 50% off all the time. I don't have that. My married friend's like, let's go get manicures. I'm like, I don't get manicures, okay? My hands are filthy. I can't even masturbate without giving myself a yeast infection. Do you know how hard it is to find a gynecologist on Groupon? They're not there. I'm really annoyed. I'm so sorry if you thought I was desirable when I started. I'm really annoyed with all the hot chicks in LA. I hate their guts, but at the same time, if any of them want to be friends with me, please call me. Let's have a sleepover and tell me all your secrets. But I hate the way that all these hot girls in LA, like, they all know each other and they all like follow each other on Instagram and comment on each other's stuff. And like one time I was at a party and I saw like all these models hanging out talking. They're like, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. Shut up. I hate you." I'm like, do they just not know what those words mean? Like, that's not a nice thing to say. And I always want to like chime in and be cool, but I'm afraid like I'll just mess up and go too far and say like what I really feel. Like, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. I just want to hit you over the head with the broadside of a shovel and watch you bleed to death. You are so pretty. Oh my God, your dress is so cute. I just want to rip it off you and then bathe you in a bathtub of acid and call your family and tell them what I did. It's so cute. Is it from H&M? I hate that models always claim they were nerds in high school. This is so infuriating for me because I was a nerd in high school. Like, they weren't nerds, okay? They just think they were nerds because once they turned 18, all these weird old guys just started giving them free stuff because they were legal to have sex with, and they're like, "Oh, I wasn't getting presents in high school. That must have been what a nerd was." Dude, when I was in high school, my best friend was a Beanie Baby, okay? His name was Mr. Banana Bread, and my mom sold him on eBay for 40 cents. And when I was in high school, I couldn't even get the school shooter to make out with me, okay? Dylan, I love your trench coat. Okay, not today, sorry. Always compliment a person in a trench coat. You never know when it'll save your life. I also hate that I'm a hater. I hate that models give beauty advice whenever they're interviewed. This is so infuriating for me because I just want to be like, hey, you were born to be 5'10" with blonde hair and blue eyes. You know nothing about what it's like to try to be pretty, okay? I need beauty advice from a hunchback. Okay, if you have the body of Danny DeVito and the face of a gargoyle and you're getting second dates, I can learn from you. Okay, what mascara are you wearing? I will buy a case of it. I hate girls who like sports because they're lying. Girls who say they like sports are either lying or their dad just really wanted a son. I just want to tell them, like, guys will still try to fuck you. You don't have to pretend to like the Patriots. I heard a girl at a bar trying to flirt with a guy once. She was like, "Did you see LeBron scored a double-triple?" Or a triple-double, whatever the fuck it's called. And I just wanted to walk up to her and be like, "You're beautiful. You don't have to do this. Come on, let's go to Sephora." One last thing. The guy that I'm dating right now, he has sleep apnea. Hell yeah. It's fucking hilarious. And he has to wear a breathing mask to sleep, which I love talking about because it makes me feel like I'm doing charity. Like, yeah, I sleep next to him. It's awful. He's a monster. It's like adopting a 3-legged dog. I'm just so proud. And all my friends are like, "That's so crazy. Like, doesn't that really bother you?" And I'm like, I don't know. Wouldn't you feel pretty cool if you were sleeping next to Bane every night? And now I'm so used to it. Like, I only ever want to date guys with sleep apnea. Because if my boyfriend tries to sleep over at another girl's place, he's going to die in his sleep, as he should. Am I right, ladies? All right, you guys, I've been Esther. Thank you so much.
Little Esther! Keep it going for Little Esther! I just had a flashback to when I was 25. I used to drive in cars, and they would pay me $50, and I'd go pick up the feature at the airport and drive them to some shithole in Michigan. And then my job was to do bad comedy for 5 minutes, and then the feature would come up, and they'd go, "Keep it going for Dan Harmon. Come on, folks, comedy isn't easy." I heard that so many times after I left the stage. Someone would say, "Come on, guys, keep it going. Comedy isn't easy." I was like, I think I should stop doing this. Little Esther was amazing, and then I'm going like, keep it going for. No one has to be told to keep it going for people unless the person sucked, and I always had to have it kept going for me. See, that guy tried to shoot me. That's what it's come to. That's all I can hope for. I'll never have a successful stand-up act. I just like that was my that guy read Monster House and thinks that I'm responsible for his mom being handicapped. And you ever go to a schizophrenic's webpage? That is so fucking weird. It's like the medium that mental illness is designed for, because it's got links and they can connect to anything, which is an absolute representation of what's happening in their brain. And then there's always an about me section, and then it's always a story for them about how one day at the age of around 20 to 25, they started to see things clearly. And then it's like this big long description, and they're like, then I looked down and I realized I wasn't wearing shoes, and that's how I found out I was Jesus. And you're like, no, that's. For those of you listening to this in album form, getting played off is one thing, but just an engineer bringing equipment out in the middle of your set. No, that was our next performer bringing out his stuff. He has an equipment. I would call it an equipment-dependent act. But that's like, the South calls the Civil War the war of northern aggression. So, and stand-ups call magicians prop comics. But this next guy is a wizard, and are you all set? Are you cool? That's all you needed to do? Okay, cool. I'll get back to that schizophrenic thing, and if you are schizophrenic, I'll tell you why I think it's hilarious. I'm kidding. I'm a hair's breadth away. But our next performer is an amazing dynamo, and we were all talking backstage about how we feel bad for anyone that has to follow him. From the Pound Cast, please welcome DJ Doug Pound.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, are you guys ready to party?
We are.
Okay, party people in the house. House people in house. Okay, party people in the house. House.
Start my performance now, so please pay attention.
Pay attention.
Turn down for Doug. Turn down for Doug. Turn down for Doug. Turn down for Doug. What's up with Little John anyway? Such a dick about it. It's like, you guys know that song, Turn Down for What, right? Yeah. It's like, Little John, there's plenty of things to turn down for. This is not a rhetorical question. Turned down because the baby's sleeping. Turned down because I'm on the phone with my mom, Little John. I actually have a funny Little John story. I'm from Chicago, but I've been living in Los Angeles for the last 10 years, and as you guys know, because you're probably all from Los Angeles, there's the celebrity bus tours. And I always thought those were really cheesy, but last week I decided to go on one because I thought it might be fun. And we're on the bus, and the driver's like, hey, that mansion up there, that's Little John's mansion. I'm like, holy shit, awesome, it's pretty pimped out. I started to take a picture of it, and he's like, his next door neighbor, that's Tim Allen. He's next door neighbors with Tim Allen, Little John. From Home Improvement, you know. And I'm like, holy shit. And Tim Allen and Little John are out in their front yard. They're having an argument. And Little John is this tall. He's like a small little man. He's 13 inches tall. I'm like, holy shit, I got to get this on video. So I start to film it. And they're having this argument. And I got the audio recording from that video. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, we do.
Turn down for
Swag, bitch. Swag.
Ejaculate.
Swag, bitch.
Swag.
I was just checking to see if I can just play Creed and you guys would laugh. Anyone here ever been to England? Do you guys know what word do they use that means garbage can?
It's been.
Does anyone know Osama bin Laden's middle name?
It's been.
Does anyone know what Adam Scott's character's name is from Parks and Rec?
It's been.
One day you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry.
Hey people. It's been.
Hey people. Hey people.
Who's ready for a tuba solo?
Hey people.
I don't care.
Okay, party people in the house.
DJ Dougpod is the worst. My bad. Sorry for throwing you under the bus, DJ Dougpod.
China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking. China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.
Hashtag pumpkin pie.
This show is loose. I like that.
DJ Doug.
So I was on a road trip last week, and we're driving through the South, and we were out of gas, and we were out of food, and I was starving. At the gas station, it had a Subway built into the gas station, and my friends were like, I was like, I'm gonna get a Subway sandwich, and my friends were like, don't get that Subway sandwich. You guys, you know what they have in that bread? You guys heard about this? They have yoga mats in that bread. And I was like, oh, they got yoga mats in that bread. Is that why it tastes like MILF taint?
Check this out. Check this out.
Y'all ready for this?
Check this out.
Peace.
So I ended up getting Chinese food, and I get the Chinese food for takeout. On the Chinese food box, it says microwave safe. I'm thinking microwave safe. Why do I want to keep all my jewels and blueprints piping hot? I'm gay! That's right, I'm gay! That means I'm happy. In the original meaning of the word gay. Okay? I'm very gay. Anyone else here gay? What makes you so fucking gay?
I'm just really happy right now.
That's okay, that's a good start. You know what makes me so fucking gay? Smile on a child. A bird up in a tree. So fucking gay. I'm so fucking gay! I'm gay! You know what doesn't make me gay? When people take my word that means what I am and make it about them. I'm not saying homosexual people can't also be gay. But I'm gay!
DJ Doug Pod is feeling a little insecure because that last joke did not go over so well. DJ.
I'm actually totally straight. Anyway. It's hard to find a girlfriend, though, you know, if you're like me. DJing around the world, opening up for Leonard Skinner cover bands. But, you know, I've been going to these festivals around the world, and I've been working on some pickup lines. You want to hear them? Damn, you shit with that ass? Excuse me, miss, are you a used car salesman? Because you show no interest for 6 months. Excuse me, miss, are you an environmentalist? Because you've been bringing my emissions back to 2001 levels. If you guys know me, I had a lot of jizz back. My jizz was a lot in 2001. Oh, I love your dress. That would look great buried in the desert. I went to the doctor the other day, and he's like, I was just getting a regular old checkup, and he's like, hey, is there anything unusual going on, Doug? And I'm like, not really, but there is corn in my poo. And he's like, oh, that's normal. And I'm like, but Doc. I haven't eaten corn in 10 years. And then he looks me right in the eyes. He grabs me by my green robe. And he's like, where do you think corn comes from? Corn comes from poo, you guys. You guys recognize that bird? That's my favorite bird. It's a North American robin. I made that the sound of my text notification sound because I wanted a win-win situation whenever I got a text message, because maybe the girl I like, Cindy, is texting me and I hear this sound. And I'm like, oh, maybe Cindy's texting me. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a beautiful day outside. It's a win-win situation. You guys know what that is? It's the sound of a nuclear explosion, annihilation of all civilization. I made that the sound of my ringtone because I wanted my ringtone to be a win-win situation. Because now whenever I hear this, I'm like, oh, maybe Cindy's calling me, cool. Oh, it's not. That's okay, though. It's a win-win situation. Because now we're all gonna die, and if I get hammered, no one will. I got fired for DJing at. You guys know the Bee Gees? I was DJing at Robin Gibb's funeral, and I got fired. I accidentally played "Staying Alive."
Bet you didn't expect that punchline, DJ Doug Powder. Didn't you laugh so hard?
Seriously though, why can't funerals be more fun? You know? At my funeral, it's gonna say, on the back of the hearse, it's gonna say, "Just died." And then, when they drop my casket into the ground, instead of like at a wedding, they'll release a couple of bats. At my funeral, they're gonna release a couple of bats, just like they do. I had one shot at this album recording and I messed it up. At the party, they're gonna have Sam Kinison on a loop. You guys know what that is? That's a steer auctioneer. A couple weeks ago, I was in Texas, and I saw this auction going on. Everyone in the crowd is like communicating with him. I'm like, what the hell is this guy saying? So I recorded him and I slowed him down to try to figure out what the hell he was saying. So do you want to hear what the slowed down auctioneer sounds like? Okay, here's the original. And here's the slowed down version.
Oh my god, these cows are so fucking fat. Like, there is so much meat on these fucking cows. Would you want to buy it for $200? Or you want to buy this one for $300? These fucking cows are so fat.
And then the cows are doing this. I'm like, what the hell are they saying? So I recorded them, and I sent that recording to my friend who's a bovine scientist, and he translated it back into English. So do you want to hear what the cows are saying? Okay, here's the original. Here's the translation.
Any nigga say he don't eat pussy's lying his ass off.
And then these guys are doing this. I'm like, what are they saying? So I recorded them and I slowed them down. You want to hear what they're saying? Yeah. Okay, here's the original. Here's the slowed down version.
You killed it. You totally murdered it.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
DJ Doug Pound, everybody. So you guys all listen to Farrell? All right, cool. Our next performer is super wonderful and funny and personable. And when you look into his face, you feel like the world is smiling at you. Please welcome the hilarious, wonderful host of Don't Ever Change, Mr. John Roy!
What a nice intro. That's awesome. Well, I love it here. This is kind of the place I perform most in LA. It's kind of my comedy home, and it's also my actual neighborhood. I walk here. I just live a few blocks away. I moved to West Hollywood 7 years ago because I always wanted to live in a lunatic asylum in the gay part of Moscow. And it's worked out exactly as well as I thought it would. There's a lot of hipsters in Los Angeles, and a lot of comedians like to make fun of them. I don't like that. I don't think it's brave. What are you risking? Like, they don't even acknowledge that they're hipsters. They're not going to confront you about it after the show. No one's going to come up to you after your set and be like, "You talking shit about hipsters, bro?" I'm a hipster, motherfucker. Yeah, my brother died at Williamsburg. You saying some shit about Zoe? You got a problem with she and him. You got a problem with me and him. That never happens. And then I don't get the things that they don't like about him. They're like, oh, they're weird. They're pretentious. They dress differently than I would prefer. Before you make fun of even the most pretentious hipster, I want you to please visit the Atlantic City Boardwalk and see what your city would look like if they all left. You don't like seeing an ironic t-shirt that says Motley Crue on it? Okay. Perhaps you'd prefer a sincere t-shirt that says, "Cool story, bitch, get me a beer." Would that be a better world? And I don't like that the people that hate the hipsters most are standard Abercrombie dudes, and I don't think that's fair. You should not be able to make fun of somebody in high school for not being cool, and then turn around when you're 30 and make fun of the same guy for being cooler than you. And you know why he's cooler than you? You gave him so much shit when he was 16 that he turned around and got real good at it. And now he's the Karate Kid of knowing what pants to buy it out of the closet. And we call these people hipsters now. We called them beatniks in the 50s. We will have some other term for them in 30 years. But we've always had people that are a little outside of society. They dress a little differently. Usually they're pretty creative. I don't know why we're angry at these people at all. We kind of need them. They're the only people making any worthwhile culture. If you want any music in your life other than an old Bon Jovi song, you're going to have to see an ugly hat every now and then. I am single. I had a girlfriend, now I don't. That's the story behind that. I don't like first dates at all, I gotta say. You don't know this person at all. Now you gotta spend 2 hours with them. And sometimes at the end of the 2 hours, you kind of wish you still didn't know them. You ever go on a date where at the end you wish that Men in Black thing was real, so you'd be like, boink, and I'll never think about that ever again. And my last breakup, I didn't even get any sympathy either, because she was way younger than me. She was 24. You break up with anybody way younger than you, nobody cares, right? They're just like, why'd you think that was gonna work? Like, they'll say that to your face. And I'm like, look, I would love to meet a cool woman my age. Unfortunately, they're already married for the most part, or they're in a long-term relationship that might as well be a marriage, or they have a very compelling reason why they're not. And you need to listen to that. And when I was in my 20s and I was supposed to meet a woman my own age to build a life together, I wasn't bringing anything to the table in the financial department. She'd be like, I have a law degree. And I'd be like, I got a notebook full of jokes. And as soon as I learn to tell them without my hands shaking, I'll make as much money as a school teacher. And when you break up with a girl in her early 20s, they don't even feel it. They bounce back in a minute and a half, like nothing happened, right? Like when an 8-year-old kid gets hit in the head with a tricycle, and he just giggles and runs off for more hopscotch. 2 minutes after my last breakup. 2 minutes. My girlfriend goes, well, now we can be friends. I was like, I don't think that's true. She goes, why not? And I was like, because I still love you and kind of hate you at the same time. And she goes, why? I'm like, because I'm an adult. And that's what adults do. They have conflicting feelings about the same person that do not resolve themselves until that person is dead. But I don't want to turn this into the dumped guy pity party. Because when a relationship ends, it's bad for both people. When you get dumped, you want to hate the other person. They're not the devil. They wanted it to work too. They're not any happier than you are that it failed. Nobody dumps somebody and then goes, yes! My 27-month plan to drive him insane is successful. They wanted it to work too. And now you both have to watch it not work for a month. Because breakups are not surprises. If you honestly didn't see your last breakup coming, you weren't looking very carefully at all. Because a breakup comes at you like a slow-moving water buffalo through the desert. You got a lot of time to figure out what you're doing about that. And then the two of you have to watch everything you used to love in your life being slowly stripped away, like you're eating Subway and all the good shit from the middle's just plopping down onto the bag. That's all the end of a relationship is. It's just two people that used to love spending every minute of their day together, bothering the shit out of each other and watching House. There's so much House at the end of a bad relationship. Very little sex. The sex to house ratio is way out of whack. And maybe you're like, I don't watch House. Maybe it's Criminal Minds. Whatever numbs your soul most effectively. Maybe it's Top Chef Masters on Bravo. I don't know. But if all three of those shows are on your DVR every night, that water buffalo's closer than you thought. But I feel like a real dick telling these jokes. I really do. Because I've been going all over the country, all over Canada, telling these jokes where I'm like belly aching. Oh, it's so hard. I don't have a girlfriend. Oh, I'm lonely. Oh, it's so hard. And a woman saw that set. And we went on 3 dates and she wanted to get serious. And I didn't go for it. I didn't feel that thing that you need to feel, you know? But I still feel like a dick. Because it's like I've been up here going, oh my God, I'm starving. There's no food on the deserted island where I live. If you could just give me a little bit of food. Oh, if I could just have a little bit of food. And then someone gave me a whole pizza. And I was like, is that olives? I don't like olives. They're salty. They're salty. Here's something that young 14-year-old John Roy never thought would happen. I think you know you're not a cool young dude anymore when you find yourself calling your dad 3 times in the same month to talk about how cool I think the new Pope is. That's not something that the kid with the NoFX poster thought was ever going to happen in his life. But I love this new Pope, man, and I'm not religious at all, but this guy is kicking ass. He's talking about how he said that communism stole caring for the poor from Christians. He said that capitalism is a fundamentally unequal and unjust system, and they let him say it, and they have to listen to him because he's the Pope. He's not the last guy they let on TV talking about that stuff. The blonde guy with dreadlocks in Zuccotti Park with a ferret named Noam Chomsky on his shoulder. Yeah, and the Pope stays on message, too. That's good. That blonde guy, you didn't really know what you were going to get. He might start out good. We have to break up the banks. Yes. We need to care for everyone. Yes. Kanye is in the Illuminati. No, stop. Get him off. Get him off. But yeah, I'm not a religious guy, but I'm not arrogant about it. I don't tell anybody else what to believe. I don't think I'm smarter than anyone who is religious. My dad believes in God. He has a master's degree in theology, a master's degree in philosophy. He read Nietzsche's Twilight of the Idols in German and understood it. I don't really understand Pink Floyd's The Wall. The movie actually made it less clear, to be honest. But But it's just my belief. I'm agnostic. I don't pretend to know enough to say either way if there's a God, and nobody likes that. You get no friends. You think you're in the middle, so everyone will like you. No, they will all hate you equally. Because my atheist friend goes, well, why won't you take a stand? You know there's no God. Why don't you say it? Why don't you say it and take a stand? I'm like, I can't. I don't think I know enough to say that. He goes, that's because you're too weak-minded. I'm like, no, it's because I'm too dumb. And so are you. And so are all of us. No one can say definitively what's out there in the universe because we've never been there. We live in a tiny little ball in the corner. We've never seen the rest of it. How could we know anything about what's going on out there? You ever seen a map they made in North America when they'd only been to Florida and the coast of Maine, and then they just filled in the rest and sailed back to England? It's useless. It's mostly pictures of monsters, like a fourth grader's notebook. You might as well write Megadeth rules in lightning bolts next to the monsters. There's no knowledge you can get from this map. Somebody was just like, well, no one's ever going to Kansas. I'll draw a vulture fighting a T-Rex. Fuck it. But I got a believer friend, he hates it just as bad as the atheist friend does. Because he thinks that because I won't stand and say, I know there's no God, that I'm secretly religious and I just don't want to tell anybody. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And it's very annoying to argue with this guy. Because he made up his own religion. He made it up. There's no back of the box that you can check. He's the pope of his own thing, so there's no way to argue. And they say that organized religion is the dangerous kind, but disorganized religion is just as annoying to argue with. I mean, most of his religion is Christianity, but there's some Buddhism in there, and there's something that I think is from the movie Avatar. But he was going into his big closer. He was going to prove it. And he goes, well, do you pray? Do you pray? I'm like, no, I don't pray. He goes, well, what about when you thought you were going to die? You ever pray then? I'm like, well, one time I did think I was going to die, and I did pray. And he goes, aha! That means that's what you actually believe. I'm like, no. That means I thought I was going to die, so let's try some shit. If I think I'm going to die in Mortal Kombat, I will hit all the buttons. That doesn't mean I think hitting all the buttons is one of Johnny Cage's actual combos. I'm just like, there's a minute left. Pull the goalie. What could it hurt? You guys have a lot of fun. Enjoy the rest of your night.
John Roy! Keep it going! You don't have to keep it going. He did fine. I don't understand the keep it going. Why would you make people... All right, so Aaron and I are...
We're almost to the end of the show.
Right. And so we didn't want to deprive you of some culture before we bring out the next act.
And it may be surprising, but after our comedy duo, we moved to New York.
And we started focusing on drama.
Yeah.
Because we figured we would get the same reactions, but we could call it successful. So we wanted to share with you. I think we're off book at this point.
I mean, we're just gonna do a scene from our off-Broadway show that was so important to New York. I don't know if you remember, but there was a time in New York where
9/11.
Yeah, it's.
Happened.
Some say our show caused 9/11, and
I'd like to say it helped them cope with it. It was called
them being Al-Qaeda. Because they were like, yeah, we did the right thing. It was a very controversial...
It was, I don't know why. People didn't like it in New York.
People liked it in the way that, like, when you, Dan, have you ever done those shows where, like, you're doing a show and then afterwards, like people are leaving early and you're like, wow, I'm really moving people.
Yeah.
It was one of those where you're like, I've made an effect. I've made an impact.
Right. It opened on 9/12, and that's what we called it. It was
because
September
it was
12th.
September 12th.
Yeah. And it was called Heads Up, Baby.
It was called Heads Up, Baby.
Exclamation point.
It was set in Edwardian England.
Yeah. Yeah. Because King Edward was king in a certain decade. Most.
Yeah, and you would like Edward. So like Jane Austen is
Jane
like
Austen.
Edward. So
Jane
that's
Austen.
Okay, yeah.
And King Edward are contemporaries, so that
It's weird
evokes a
because
certain time period.
We lived in this world for so long that now Dan is like, but
Yeah.
we were just there. That
I'm
it's like,
explaining to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So some
Well,
of them
yes.
might be stupid.
Yeah.
King Edward and Jane Austen, those are both turn of the century.
But it doesn't matter because
they're old-timey. They're old-timey people. King Edward, Jane Austen. This is the backdrop of the
Can
play.
you say again for the people in the audience what it's called again?
Heads up, baby.
Heads up, yeah.
Heads up, comma, baby, exclamation point. It's in the font, and it's in an Edwardian font. It evokes a Jane Austenian vibe. And it's old-timey, and it's
fun fact-
English, and it's fancy.
Fun fact, the set was just a wood box and a stapler.
2 wood boxes and a stapler.
I said 1 wood box, but 2 wood boxes is good too.
It's starting already.
Let's do the parlor scene.
It was a 1-act, and this is the parlor scene. It's highly regarded as the most important scene.
Dan, remind me really quick.
Heads up, baby!
Remind me very quickly what the themes were.
Well, obviously everything was a metaphor
Right. Yes.
for circling 9/11. But not to a hacky on the nose.
And not that we want to talk about this, but we knew it was going to happen. All right.
Yeah, we wrote this in '89.
Oh.
Well, I'm almost done with gathering the faggots. I gotta pause for a second.
I mean, all right, Dan.
In King Edward's time, faggots were the thing you used is kindling. And I forgot about that. But when we were writing the show, our goal was verisimilitude and not political correctness. So they were bundles of sticks, and they were called faggots. And I want to change that. I don't want that to be that. I don't think gay people should be burnt, ever.
Dan, I'm mostly offended that you did not use your award-winning English accent upon entering the scene.
Well, because I was nervous I want these people to understand that I'm not a homophobe. So, okay. But
I'm sure that's very clear by your choice.
All right. Parlor scene. Just about done bringing in the faggots. Then, Governor. Then.
Oh, Anthony, how many times do I have to tell you that I'm not the governor, but just a lady at this house who is waiting to be betrothed?
Waiting an awful long time, I'd think. That's what she didn't say.
And that was it. That was the whole play. And the audience sat for 40 minutes going, what the fuck? I just paid $40. And we stood and we just went like this.
Yeah. And somehow Al Qaeda got inspired by it to blow up New York.
No.
Wait, no, I'm sorry.
I just don't want them to misunderstand. Al Qaeda felt justified in blowing up New York. Because we did it on 9/12.
Right.
And when did the Twin Towers fall, my love?
But we did it.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Yeah, well,
It's part of the play.
we did it on 9/12 of '89. We were prescient. This isn't funny.
No.
Maybe they need to see the final scene at the
yes,
railroad docks.
the
The
final-
railroad docks.
Yeah. And
Back then, trains were ships.
And but the final scene is set in space.
Yes, and so forget what I said.
And this guy was in it too.
This guy was in it?
This guy. All right, so just do what you know. All right, perfect.
Just about done dealing with these rivets.
Captain McCarthy and Floating Steve. All you need to do is to remove the clasp from the oxygen keeper from Earther that has been threatening our lives, and then we can move on.
That's a big A4. Checking in with Floating Steve. Floating Steve, please acknowledge the command. Yep.
Floating Steve, we've just gotten a transmission from your wife. Your wife has gone into labor. And you know what, Floating Steve? You're a good guy. Be careful out there.
Thanks. Floating Steve, it's about time I told you. Your wife ain't pregnant with your child. Air hose yank.
It's unclear from the video, but it seems that Floating Steve has been floating.
Control 4, we got a problem up here. I don't know what happened. Floating Steve just had himself a darn tootin' of apparel. He's gone now. He's gone forever. Oh, shit! Oh, no! Oh, shit! His random floating is... Oh, shit!
Captain,
now my air hose is ripped out. We can only save each other. Yep. Control 4. I confess, I tried to kill Floating Steve. I loved his wife. I made her pregnant. Floating Steve, please confirm. Yeah, he did. Floating Steve, I've changed my mind. We gotta move this along. I'm gonna give you my air hose. Thanks.
That was great.
Following this miracle, Floating Steve did speeches in colleges across the country. He inspired young men and women, and he went down in history as the most important speaker of his time because he had one thing to say, one thing that changed everybody's life, and it was the following.
Just let a spaceman fuck your wife. It'll do.
And that was our show. That was the...
Thank you, Floating Steve. All right. Wow, what a...
I mean, all I want to say is you're welcome.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I feel compelled to say you're welcome as well. Yeah. Our next performer...
Yes.
We'll have to follow that. And how's that gonna work?
She is hilarious. She was co-host of the fabulous show Vomit on the Web, along with Ingrid Haas. She is so funny. She's great. She's a friend. Let's hang out more. Melissa Stevens, everybody.
Yeah, I gotta follow that. So there's that. And I'm wearing a large robe. So, and no one can see that because it's recorded. Oh, they are videotaping. Great. I wanted to say thanks to Dustin because he put this on. I mean, yeah, Dustin! Yeah! Guys, I'm not just on my phone up here. I just want, because Dustin and I were kindred spirits. We both act out on Twitter quite a bit, our feelings of depression. And so I thought, in honor of him, I'm going to read... I don't know if you guys have ever downloaded all your tweets. Well, it's a bunch. I did from 2008 till now. And so I have a couple that I'm going to... I don't know why I'm messing with this mic stand. So I'm gonna read a couple in honor of Dustin, and then I'll get into some more fun, depressing things. I always prefer crying on tile. It keeps my body temperature down. And that's a real fucking fact. When you're really crying, I've literally moved to the kitchen like, yep, okay. I've also like been cleaning and then started to cry and then just stopped. So I've also done the fun slide down cry. I don't know if guys do that, and it felt so fake, but I was just like in it. I was like, it was guttural. I'm the honeydew of personalities. Sit with it. Honeydew sucks. Whenever you get that stupid fruit bowl, you're like, what the fuck is this green fruit? When I lean over and feel how tight my pants are, I think my whole life is about being smaller in every way. My therapist actually told me I should stop acting out on Twitter. She was like, you need to rein it in. I didn't listen. Hold on, what's another good one that's really depressing? My personality is more predictable than a CW show. It's true, I'm so... Have you ever thought, like, I'm a cliche, and then you just kept going with whatever choices you're making? The only thing I'm married to is toilet paper. Cool, guys. These are things I put out into the world. My haircut makes my face seem much more relatable and sad. It gets dark. I got bangs. Someone tell CBS. I don't know. Just looked at an empty baseball field too long. And it's right next to my house on Las Palmas, and it's on Santa Monica, and I always walk past. I'm always just like, I should go there more often. I don't know what I would do, but debating when I should start really living life. Cool. This is so stupid. I love so I can lose. I tweeted that out in the world. I'm disgusting. Okay, enough of that. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, this was a good one. A guy can never fuck the apathy out of you. It's so true. You can just go on being like, fuck it. I know what my set is, but I'm also holding the notebook. That was so aggressive. I recently was taking a Pilates class. Okay. I don't know why I needed applause for that, but it felt like I got out of the house, so I should. And I was taking the Pilates class, which I don't normally do, and it's really quiet, and this weird thing happened. I queefed. Just in case you don't know, a queef is where your vagina farts, and there's nothing but guys right here. Right in the front row, it's just bros. Cool. So, it feels so intimate. Usually a woman queefs when you're pounding her and there's too much going in and out. Sometimes you queef and I don't really know why. And so I was taking a Pilates class and it was like, and I was like, that was crazy. And I thought it was funny. I was like, whatever. And then it got really sad really quick because I couldn't stop. For the rest of the class. Because Pilates is all ass. I don't know how, I'm sure it's like all connected to your ovaries, but it felt like I was just a giant cave and I couldn't control my vagina. And it was just like, I mean, it's a softer fart. It doesn't smell. But then I tweeted about it and it got a lot of likes. So it's all worth it. Rob Delaney retweeted it. So I won. Moving on from that. It did really feel like I won. I was like, it's okay, I'm unemployed. Recently, I'm engaged. What? You wouldn't expect it after all of that. I recently asked my fiance to shave my butthole. I'm gonna close my eyes and sit with that. And it felt, It was because the woman who lasers my vagina, so much for this front row. She was like, I just asked my partner to shave my asshole because it's hard to reach. And I was like, that's bold. And she was like, I'm also an actor. And I was like, don't need to know that. I was like, I want you to have one fucking job, and I want that one job to be lasering the most sensitive part of my body right now. I don't want to hear your other career aspirations. So I went home and I was like, great, you want to shave my butthole? And it was like a weird, funny thing. But then when it got down to it, that was so uncomfortable. And it didn't happen. I backed out. That's just where that goes. So that's just where it ends, and we're gonna leave it there. So I didn't start masturbating until late in life because my parents were religious. I didn't know women masturbated. No one fucking told me. I literally thought only men did it, and I was gonna die alone. Like, those were two facts I knew. You know what I mean? And so I started really late in life, 26. Yeah, somebody gasped. That's fucking late. That's so late. I hadn't had an orgasm until I was 26. So that feels like last year. That was so CBS of me. And so I started masturbating, and not recently, but last year I masturbated outside of my house once. Yeah, guess where? At the Grove. The farmer's market, to be exact. That's disgusting of me. I know that. It was in a bathroom stall. Don't worry. Oh, man. So I just was at the farmer's market. I had a coffee and a donut. There's a great little donut stand. And everyone seemed fucking happy. And I was like, you know what? I want to be happier for a second. So I fucking sauntered to the fucking bathroom stall, rubbed one out, gross, and then went to Forever 21 and bought like a cheap sweater and was like, bye, good day. And then took the bus home like a sad person. If a guy told that story, he'd be arrested. That's so creepy. So creepy. I just snapped and kicked my leg. I was in special ed until I was in high school. I'm just gonna make weird like sitcom faces, because maybe I'll book a job. So I got really sad. I won't tell that part. So I was in special ed until I was in high school because I used to do this thing when I was a kid. I used to take shits outside. Not as a baby. Like I would just like, I'm from the South, and not that that means we shit outside, but now it does. And I like would run up to the street to my one friend and be like, hey Andrea, let's go outside and let's take shits and look at it. Straight up, no explanations, let's just do it. And I would like collect leaves to wipe our butts with. That's so disgusting. And we would just like, look, is it green today? Is it more solid? I'd see how many flies would go to it. What the fuck? That's what that you would say serial killer right away. Or you would just say, put her away. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you would say, but, and I also used to do this thing in school where I would just stick out my tongue and I would never put it back in my mouth. And when you do that, you drool. And so I was like in reading class or something, and it was like the lights were dark, and I would just carry like a pack of cards with me, just because I was ready to play speed at any time. If you were raised in the 90s, you know what speed is. And I was just like ready to go. No one played cards with me, so I was just like playing by myself. And I had in front of me like a house of cards that I had built, and the lights were out and people were reading, and I had my tongue out, and I was just drooling everywhere. And I thought I was so fucking funny. I was like, look at this class clown. Look at this. I should have more friends. And my teacher was like, put your tongue back in your mouth. And I was like, She was like, put your tongue back in your mouth. And I was like, I want to win. I wasn't playing anyone. It was no game. So there's a reason why I was in special ed. It makes sense. I also I'm just trying to debate what I was gonna say. Does everybody remember the first time they got fingered? What was that stance I just did? So, I do because this is recorded. I won't say his whole name. I recently realized he followed me on Facebook and was like, unfollow. So his name was RH. We'll say that. And I was really not great in high school. I didn't have any friends. And he was the quarterback of the football team. What? And he would call me secretly at night, self-esteem builder, guys. And he was like, I will say hi to you tomorrow at school if you let me finger you. And I was like, okay. And what? You know what I mean? And it was amazing. Not the fingering, the hello. I literally was like, I mean, the fingering was, he was one of those guys with one long fingernail. Fucking, I don't care if you play the guitar. First of all, you're probably a drug dealer. Second of all, no. Just don't finger me with that hand. And oof, that got gross. It was like a visceral, you know what I mean? It's like, ugh. And so the hello was amazing. I was like, here it comes. It was like, we had outdoor hallways, and I could see he was standing with Mikey Richardson. It was him, and I was like, here it fucking comes. And I like prepped for it. I was like, he's gonna say hello to me. He was like, hey, Melissa. And I was like, hey, what's up? Yes! And I was like, that was where my self-esteem started for the rest of my life. It just went down from there. It sort of just stayed that way. He went to prison, don't worry. Lost his scholarship. I was fine with that. Not really, but I didn't really care. So, guys, I'm literally, no one's gonna, well, it's sort of recorded, but whatever. What did I just do? I don't understand what's happening. You know what I mean? I don't know where I am. I'm just like in a bowl, and I'm like, I'm gonna close with something. I'm gonna tell you guys it's gonna sort of tie in with that depressing story. So when I moved to LA, I was like a fucking mess. And I had lived here for like a year and a half, and I was working at this restaurant, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking just start dating. Like a fucking idiot girl says. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna just say yes to things. If you start saying that, immediately take it back. Like, don't start doing it. It's just not a good idea. So I worked at this restaurant from like midnight till 6 a.m. Not cool people are coming in. But this guy who drove a white Bentley and had a pinky ring, like a pinky gold ring, would come in every night and order hot tea. Who's this guy? And he asked me out, and I was like, you know what? I'm saying yes to things. Let's do it. So, fucking A. So we meet up, and like we have dessert somewhere stupid. And then he's like, you know what? I want to show you my jewelry store in Beverly Hills. And I was like, okay, that's weird. I wasn't that impressed because that seems pretty douchey to me. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I have to pause for a second. I am so out of breath. I smoked a cigarette for the first time in a long time earlier, and it really did a doozy on me. So that broke the momentum. And so he took me to his jewelry store in Beverly Hills, and I was like, oh, what's going on? Then he was like, oh, I want to show you something. So there was a TV in there, and he starts playing his actor reel. And it's just him entering and exiting his apartment as different characters. And I was just like, what the fuck, man? And he's like, what do you think? And I'm just like, fucking fuck. I was like, you know what? I'm saying yes to things. Let's go back to your apartment. Or place. I didn't realize. First of all, you shouldn't have a Bentley in an apartment. Something's off. You know what I mean? So I get there, and it's all like black leather, gross. And his laptop was open, and there was just freeze frame porn. Close it. You know what I mean? Just boom. So easy. Done. Or like exit out or anything. And that wasn't, I was like, oh, I'm saying yes to things. Like, who knows? I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. So we have sex. You're thinking, what the fuck? It was terrible. This is what happened. This is gonna get real graphic, and it's recorded. So, it's really embarrassing, and I'm sorry to the guys in the front row. But so then his first thing is he asked to shave my vagina. I'm so at you. I'm sorry. I'm just like eye contact you. And I was like, no. And he was like, come on, let me shave your pussy. Fuck you. That's disgusting. No, thank you. It wasn't that bad, by the way, but also no. So like that was like the first thing that was weird, and then like it just like kept going forever, and I was like, oh man, what is going on? And I just was like going with the flow. I mean, I was definitely dead inside a little bit. I definitely did like dead fish, you know what I mean? Because that was my way of saying no. It was just, fuck it, just fuck this, you know what I mean? I didn't know any better, so I was just like, lie still, you know what I mean? So he started fucking my ass, and it was disgusting. And he came in my butthole, and then he said, your butthole winked at me. What? Fuck that. You know what I mean? Is that when I left? No, it's not when I left. It's not. I fucking stayed the night. Spent the night, cuddled, gross. And then he woke up in the morning, like fucking, you know, he came in someone's butthole. He's excited, you know what I mean? Called his mommy, asked for advice on like what he should wear to work. And I was like, I'm in hell. And then he gave me a ride home. Definitely drive. Definitely always drive when you go on a date so you can leave. And I mean, I guess you could always just call a cab. Listen, I didn't know these things. And on the drive home, he was like, it was so funny when your butthole winked at me. And I was like, it's fucking morning. I haven't had coffee. It's 9 a.m. on fucking Highland. Shut up. I didn't say any of those things. I was just like, yeah. I was also dead inside. So the moral of the story is I didn't go out with him again. You know what I mean? I waited tables at a different restaurant in Beverly Hills, and he came in and didn't recognize me. So I'm gonna leave it with that. Thanks, guys. I'm Mel.
Melissa Stevens. Oh, you kept it going without being prompted. She must have been really good. I think everybody was fantastic, but what do I know? I only created community. Our final performer of the night, I hope needs no introduction because I totally blanked. No, I'm kidding. That's an old joke. He has a feral audio podcast called the Stephen Brody Stevens Festival of Friendship. Please welcome the transparent, the opaque, the diagnosable, the undiagnosable, Mr. Brody Stevens.
Thank you. Welcome to Los Angeles, California! Let's party!
Yeah, Brody.
I just had a squig of water. I know is this being only audio taped? Is it being videoed too? Is it being videoed? For fun or for a thing? The video too? Okay. Because my eye's jacked up, Dustin. I kind of want to do my set. Who's got sunglasses right now? My eye. See, I have a sty on my eye, and I'm self-conscious. I should have worn my sunglasses. It's okay. I'm going to power through it. Because you are a supportive audience, the feral audio fans. Yes! Who've donated exactly $52 to my PayPal account. Amazon code SBS, never used. I'm trying to get Kiehl's lotion. Let me see how these look. Should I wear the glasses, yes or no? All right, I'll stay. I actually feel better with them. What a great crowd. Thank you. I'm excited to be here on the other side of the hill. I'm from the valley, and I'm happy to say that. I'm sick of people taking shots at the valley. It bothers me. It angers me. It makes me want to exercise harder. I'm doing inversion. I'm hanging upside down. I'm doing yoga poses on Magnolia Boulevard. I'm that dedicated, facing. I don't go into the yoga classes. I stand outside the window and join in, combining Krav Maga and Pilates. Pilates Maga. That's what I'm doing. Elongating my body, adding an extra lumbar. I'm a human stem cell. Put me in a petri dish. It's microwavable. All right, we lost a little rhythm there. But we went hard. And I want to say I've been in the chat rooms, and they're talking about this show right now, and they've said this audience, you can do anything with it. They're open-minded. They're progressive. They believe in positive, open information society. Squared space, make your own website. Yes! I've been doing television all afternoon. And it felt great. I'm here tonight just to talk and share goodness. Because it's dangerous out there. You can go to Starbucks and get into a fight. If some guy is sniffling over your shoulder. Over and over and over again. 7 people in line. Yeah, you want to get real on this? Are you ready to get real on a Tuesday night in Los Angeles, California? Oh, yeah. I'm so used to not performing with the mic. I need to do that. Do I have to talk into the mic, Dustin, or is the crowd mic'd? Two, check.
Yeah.
Two.
Put the mic in the front row.
Put the mic in the front row?
Yeah.
Here, you hold the mic.
Yeah.
Kenny, what are you? Come on, guys. My eye's bothering me. I got greasy skin. I've been working all day making Australians laugh who couldn't get tickets to Dr. Phil. I have to bring energy for this show. This is what you want. Sunset Strip, European tourists, I give you the basic jokes. But I was told outside, and it was reestablished in the chat rooms, reinforced that this crowd wants different. What do you think about that? Where the F are we? A Hannity taping? Where are we, in New York at Fox Studios? Is this Red Eye? Because you're sure acting like it. You gave it to me up front. The initial, we'll go with it. Might have been even a carryover from Dan. But now I'm gutting it out like a starting pitcher. First and second inning. Oh, whatever, I'm losing my voice, you can tell. All right, let me bring it down. You know, I do a lot of work with Jay and Silent Bob. I'm in that world. I'm in the Jay and Silent Bob world and also the Jackass world. I put out that energy where a Bam Margera gets me, or a Rob Dyrdek. Yes, I'm involved with ridiculousness, and I'm in that world. And yes, been busting my ass all day. I've only got so much coconut water and potassium in me. You can never say coconut water and potassium over there on the Sunset Strip. This part of Sunset Strip, you can say potassium and coconut water. Yeah. This guy just yells. I know I'm yelling. So I'm a crowd work guy. Where are you visiting from?
Ireland.
You're visiting from Ireland. I've been there. Dublin. Yes. Who's the hot band from Ireland? The Brothers and the Brothers. The Brothers. Stanford and Son. Mumford Brothers. Hey, they've had a song out for a while. Come on. Give me a break. 6 months ago, yeah, Mumford and Sons. Fresh. Now it's Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. They've replaced it. Oh, you don't even get sarcasm. Is that where look. This is not comfortable. And the mic has been put down. Two. I don't want, thank you. What brings you here to Los Angeles?
I actually work out here now.
You have a visa? You got paperwork?
I do have visa. Not on visa.
I like how your hat matches your shirt.
Cheers.
Who am I, Ted Danson? Who am I, Woody Harrelson? Who am I, the coach? Who am I, the chick from Fat Actress? Who am I, Norm? Who am I? Kelsey Grammer? Who am I? Rita? The wife of DeVito? Rita DeVito? Who am I? The guy, the mailman. That guy.
Yep.
Woo! I see people, I got nervous. And that was a good run. Keep that in, Dustin. Don't edit that out. Yeah, I'll be honest. I am known as the West Coast Louis C.K. This is my town, Louis. Back off. Stay on Gower. I got the Radford lock on lockdown. I've got the Radford lot on lockdown. Keep it in. Why not, Dustin? Keep it in. Is there a 2x4 back there? Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Whoa! Ho! Thank you for coughing on me. It's a sniffler guy from Starbucks to throw you into Oprah's organic chai tea. This character works here. All right, good. Where are you visiting from?
I live in LA.
You live in LA, yes. Where'd you grow up?
San Diego.
You got a happiest place in the world. They let Shamu run free. Why not? Tell me why. Why didn't you laugh is what I'm saying. That joke gets chuckles. And for it to get shut down like that, I'm sure Shamu felt it. I'm sure ShamWow. Does Shamu use a ShamWow? Yes! Shame on me. Shame on me for doing the ShamWow Shamu bit in the shower. I use a ShamWow in the shower while watching Shamu. Shampoo. Champaign-Urbana! Yeah! You got it! University of Illinois. From the tanks and SeaWorld to the land of Lincoln. Yes! You got it. What's your favorite app? You gotta be ready at a Brody show. You got to be ready. You have to be locked in. I'm like a human Waze. Be locked in with me. All right, the Waze. I'm gonna start working on Waze jokes. Yeah, I smoke pot and drive, and a lot of times I go out there and I get hungry and I get some baked waves and baked lays, okay. These guys like, you know what they like? They like the effort. They saw where I was going, and they were being supportive. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Guys, keep it going for the roadies for Wolf Mother. Yes. Are they playing an acoustic set at El Rey tonight? Where are you from?
I live in Los Angeles.
You live in LA? Where do you live?
Also LA.
Also LA. Where's also LA? Okay, wordplay. He's my friend. Don't you dare turn on him. Leave him alone. San Diego?
Yeah, also, but we're buddies.
He likes the word also. Did not laugh again? Come on, I got a sty on my eye, and I got to be in Tampa on Thursday. Do they have I don't even know if they have a CVS pharmacy there. It's Tampa. Oh, man. I don't do much anymore. Who takes Klonopin?
Yeah.
You got it. Always gets a reaction. I don't take it. I have it. I went down to Tijuana. I got... All right. Okay. I know. Where was that going? Where was that going? I didn't know. Why is he angry? I'm not. I'm going to sit on a stool, do that portion, get up, and finish strong. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be sitting on a stool. Thank you. Thank you.
Do the zip codes.
The zip codes?
Yeah.
What, 91607? Zip codes? Zip lines? Zipper? I got a zipper. I don't have a button fly. He yelled out zip codes. What am I supposed to do? Am I a FedEx driver? Do I work? I do have jokes. I'm like, this room is a good room. You gotta be ready to bring it. I could like sit and talk and think, but I know, let's just relax. I'm very intense. I get BO in the shower. I don't even want to do that joke. Yeah. I take testosterone. Yeah, I have a debit card and a boner. And you know what? They're both plastic. Did that joke for a friend. Edit that out, please. Cut and paste it. I know. Here's the deal, guys. I was on a good run. We had a good run. I've probably done 12 minutes, maybe. Let's find out. Dustin?
13 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah! 13 more.
Okay, hold on 1 second. First of all, let's give it up to Dustin and Feral Audio. Dustin, get back out here! Dustin! He created the careers of podcasters like Johnny Pemberton, DJ Doug Pound, Stephen Brody Stevens, Neil Hamburger, Chelsea Peretti, Dan Harmon.
And Dustin!
Who else? More! There's a lot more that this guy, He puts out a supportive energy. I get to be myself. Everything is good. I was running a little behind schedule tonight. Dustin comforted me as I was driving over Laurel Canyon. He was talking me through. Don't worry about it. Everything's good, Brody. You're a good podcaster, and I want to help you out. Dustin does this. He does it for free. I mean, I don't pay him, but no, I'm kidding. I pay Dustin. Okay, that got weird. Cut that out. All right, he's got to go back to the thing. Dustin, thank you very much. The best looking producer in this town. Find me a better looking guy. They all got bad attitudes. Not Dustin. I've worked with sound guys for a long time. A lot of them have a bad attitude, and they're protected by the union. Not Dustin. He's a union buster from Wisconsin. They get it in Wisconsin, home of the Onion. And look at this guy's shirt. That's an A shirt, green and yellow. The colors of the Green Bay, Wisconsin Packers. All right, you don't want to go with it? Don't go with it. Don't go with it. I got a call time tomorrow. Do you? I'm turning down gigs. But on Thursday, I have a big audition for Sullivan and Sons. So, all right. A couple more and we'll sit down.
Zip codes.
What's with the zip codes? I don't know zip codes. 91356 90028.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. You're like a Rain Man type? Where are you visiting from, or where are you from?
Los Angeles.
You're from LA? Can somebody give me okay, where in LA?
Los Feliz.
So you're from, that's LA, right? Where'd you grow up?
Bay Area, San Francisco, Walnut Creek.
And did I say Green Bay? Green Bay, Bay Area. There's connections going on here. And if you don't think that matters, it does. Why do I book things? I'm just a nice guy. I find it. My family's from New Mexico, the pioneering Hebrews of the Southwest. I do believe in spirits. I believe in energy. You saw the energy. We dropped a 2x4, chair collapsed. This guy's shouting out numbers. But I did say Green Bay. That guy's wearing an A's. Are you from the Bay Area? He's from the Bay Area. Did anybody ask you that tonight? No, I did. Did anybody ask that if you're from Ireland? I bet you probably maybe. Just me. Okay, so me. So you got to be different. That's why I get into fights at Starbucks. I'm different. All right, a couple more. I do have jokes, but I just got stuff on my mind. This eye thing's bothering me. Doesn't feel good, but whatever. And I got to go on the road. Who's going to be in Tampa Friday? Charlotte Saturday? Atlanta Sunday. Off day Atlanta Monday. See the Dodgers, hang out with me. Nobody here likes, you guys are comic book guys, or nobody? I'll do another one. I know I'm sweating. Who uses Kiehl's? I'm the only guy. What are you, Neutrogena's? Dermalogic? All right? I'm trying to think of some new stuff, but this isn't the night to do new bits. All right. A couple more, we'll wrap it up. Guys, I had a great time tonight. You guys want to party after? Who wants to party? Come on. I got my mom's debit card. Let's go. She got her Social Security check. She's happy. She gets free cable at her community. All right, can get that going. We're almost done.
Zip codes.
What's with the zip code?
You work at a post office.
Stop it! Wait, he knows the zip code ain't gonna go anywhere. Now it's turning into an abuse. Wait, get this guy. He yells. He's yelling at people. I'm gonna F him up. You know how this game works? I played baseball at Arizona State.
Yeah.
You got it. Over 100 major leaguers, and I'm in that world.
Yeah.
You may go, well, I'm not into sports. Well, you may not be into it, but your little nephew wants a Derek Jeter bat, and I can get it. I know I'm greasy. I'm getting my beard. I'm getting all cleaned up tomorrow. I'm getting cleaned up. You got a good energy. Are you straight edge? You're tall. You guys are great. Dan, thank you. This guy's big. I wouldn't want to mess with him. You're cool. You're cool. What a great audience tonight. The Meltdown is a great place to be. Let's all bow down and pray to Chris Hardwick. Thank you, Chris. Who watches At Midnight? Anybody? Yeah. You guys know that I'm involved with that show. It's about energy. It's pushing. And we got nominated for an Emmy. Yeah. That show started right here. So, but it's not about At Midnight. It's about podcasting. It's about what Dustin did for me when I was down in my darkest, deepest moments. I podcasted in his apartment, his flea-infested apartment. Right there, on his little hot plate. And a laundry desk. Something. He did it. Then we moved to another location. Okay. It was warm, but we had a fan. And then I said, Dustin, I'm down in the dumps, but I like this podcasting stuff. Let me do 2 a week. Let me do 2. And he gave me special space. No, other people didn't get to do 2. Dustin bent over backwards to give me 2 podcast spots a week. It got me up and going. It built my confidence. It built my audience. I go out on these shows all over the country, and they don't know me from Chelsea or Admin. I've been on once, but they know me from the podcast, the Festival of Friendship. And I know I haven't done enough of them, but it's a night like tonight that's going to get me back in the podcasting studio. Yeah. We got it. Oh, I forgot that we were like recording. I don't know if this would all right, listen, guys. I think I got enough laughs to get some clicks on the album, don't you think? Yeah! You guys are great. You guys are great. I think I was the last performer. Dustin, you want me to bring out Dan? You want me to bring back Dan? Okay. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I had a good time. I got laughs. I felt good, but if I didn't get, but you guys made it happen. So everyone's happy. Thank you very much. Good night, guys. Stephen Brody Stevens, 818 till I die. I'm from Reseda, the New Jersey of the Valley. You got it. Party on Sherman Way in the shadow of the Boogie Nights exterior.
Thank you, sir. Brody Stevens, holy shit.
Brody Stevens.
My God, Aaron.
My God, Dan.
With a network that talented, why isn't it monetizable? Why is it still basically a non-profit venture?
Because there's heart, Dan. Because at the center of it, it's heart.
And also a
but
desire
really...
No, he said it would be unlimited music.
Infinity music.
Music would just go on forever.
Thank you for coming. I want to destroy the energy of the room. And
she does that. It's the only way I can come. I get off on entropy. It's for some guys it's fishnets, but I love the death of the universe.
I'm kidding. I don't really want to destroy the energy of the room.
Well,
I want
too late. I came.
That has been Feral Audio Live, and this podcast collective really is like a family. Duncan Trussell is performing our wedding in November. Dustin has been part of so many, he's a big part of our life. That makes him sound like he's a third in a threesome, and that's not the situation.
Brody Stevens keeps asking us for gas money. And when we don't give it to him, he talks about peanut butter. And we don't know why, but we love it.
We love everybody on the network, friends with everybody on the network. And you guys, this isn't funny, but this isn't funny. So don't extract any joy from this. But you guys as an audience, really, it's so heartwarming to have you guys come out. It's really you guys listening and us doing, it's a give and take. It's a really cool community that we've created. And really from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of everybody, thank you so much for listening to our podcast and being cool and participating and being here. It's really special.
Yeah. It's not charity. They get something out of it. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck you. And good night. Thank you to Duncan Trussell. Thank you to Steve Agee, Little Esther, Doug Pound, DJ, John Roy, Melissa Stevens, and her long-lost brother, Brody Stevens. You can get this album at feralaudio.com, and it won't make any money. Therefore, you can consider yourself a good person for buying it, and we can consider ourselves good people for donating our time to it, and we will continue in this syndrome of America's collapse.
All right, thanks for coming. Oh, really quick. I was asked to say to you to leave quietly out the back door. Yeah! Strike your stuff out the back door!
Out the back door! Don't make any noise! So when you go out the back door!
But if you're feeling sexy,
shake your hips as you go downside. Oh, well, our neighbors are librarians, and they're gonna shush you.
There's a young boy who's about to die. If he hears any noise,
go out the back door. Do it quiet.
Back door.
Don't make a sound.
Back door.
Do it not like a riot. DJ Doug Pound did a good job. We weren't intending for this to be a closer. It's just a thing that we do.
Oh, hey, how about Little Esther?
She wasn't so little comedically.
And Stevens, the Melissa variety. She queefed during Pilates and AG.
Wow, what a guy taking the bullet of going up first.
Oh, and Doug Pound, you mentioned him already.
Brought out all kinds of props. Yeah, what did you say? Sorry.
And Duncan.
Don Adams? Oh, Don Adams was great. He was the voice of Inspector Gadget. Wow, I didn't expect you to know about him. I thought you were 12 years younger than me. I came again. Walk out quietly. I keep coming forever. It smells like paper mache in here. Someone clean the pool. I came a river.
This is what it's like when we hang out alone. This isn't an act. This is Dan all the time alone. Alone in the bedroom, he always imagines that you're in the bedroom.
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to them about us?
I was trying.
I'm a violent boyfriend. What was she talking to you about? You're not allowed to talk to them.
just asked me if I'm
She
okay.
fell down the stairs. She always falls down the stairs. Yeah, yeah. Don't believe her. It's hysteria.
Feral Audio's a family.
As long as you hate women and minorities.com.
Dan Harmon's opinions do not reflect the opinions of everyone at the Feral Audio Collective. Thank you so much for coming. You have been an excellent audience. Believe in yourselves. You're